On days of our lives, nothing stays buried, not love, not betrayal, and certainly not secrets. And on Thursday, April 10th, fireworks are on the horizon, emotional, explosive, and deeply personal. From Sami's emotional unraveling, to Johnny's difficult questions, and EJ's dark past catching up with him, it's a day full of reckonings. So buckle up, because this episode won't just stir drama, it'll shake the foundation of more than one relationship in Salem. Sami Brady has never been one to enter quietly, and her return to Salem is no exception. She's back, bold as ever, ready to check in on her ex-husband, EJ DiMera, as he recovers. But what she finds isn't the quiet hospital room she expected. It's a moment she'll never unsee. Because sitting at EJ's bedside is Belle Black, her sister. The very last person Sami ever thought she'd find there, especially looking at EJ like that. The whispers, the lingering touches, the tension. It's clear something's brewing, and Sami doesn't need to hear the words to know the truth. This isn't just a betrayal. It's a pattern, a painful, humiliating reminder of how often her trust has been shattered, especially by the people closest to her. This isn't just about EJ being weak or Belle crossing a line. It's about family history, old rivalries, and wounds that never fully healed. Sami's rage doesn't simmer, it ignites. And when it does, no one is safe from the fallout. What started as a check-in on an ex could explode into a public, emotional breakdown that takes down not just a relationship, but an entire family dynamic. Because for Sami Brady, there's no betrayal quite like one with her last name attached. But just as Sami is processing one betrayal, she walks straight into another emotional storm, this time from her son. Johnny DiMera, grown, sharp, and emotionally raw, sits down with his mother, and what follows is one of the most emotionally charged scenes of the episode. This isn't a scolding. This isn't disrespect. This is a son trying to understand how the woman he's always admired could go back to the man who hurt her. Johnny remembers the manipulation, the emotional coercion, the moment EJ used her pain as leverage to get what he wanted. The Lucas situation. The deal she never should have had to make. The trauma that, to Johnny, should have been a permanent red line. And now? Sami is telling him she's forgiven it. That she's moved forward. That love, real, messy, twisted love, is never simple. She calls EJ complicated. She calls their history unfinished. She tries to explain that forgiving someone doesn't mean forgetting what they did. It means owning her power on her terms. But Johnny hears something else, justification. He doesn't see strength, he sees a woman giving a second chance to someone who didn't deserve the first. Sami wants him to understand. Johnny wants her to protect herself. And in between them is a history soaked in DiMera's secrets, betrayal, and blurred lines. This isn't just about EJ anymore. It's about the kind of man Johnny wants to be. The kind of legacy he wants to break away from. And in that moment, mother and son are no longer on the same side of the story. Will Johnny walk away, disillusioned by the choices of the people who raised him? Or will this confrontation push him to rewrite what it means to be a DiMera? For good? While Johnny DiMera wrestles with a whirlwind of emotions, anger, confusion, heartbreak, someone steps in with a rare sense of calm. Chad DiMera. Unlike the chaos swirling around them, Chad brings something different to the table, perspective. Having endured the unimaginable with Abigail's death, Chad knows what it's like to carry the weight of grief, regret, and second-guessing. He's no stranger to loss, or to EJ's flaws. He's watched his brother burn bridges, manipulate loved ones, and stumble through scandal after scandal. But he's also seen what few others have, the man underneath it all. The father trying, in his own twisted way, to reach out. Chad doesn't sugarcoat EJ's past. He doesn't excuse it. But he reminds Johnny that redemption doesn't always come in clean packages. Sometimes it shows up late, messy, and imperfect. You don't have to forget what he did. But maybe give him the chance to prove he can be more than that. It's not a demand. It's a quiet plea from a brother who knows how easily time slips away, and how rarely second chances come when they're needed most. But Johnny's trust has been shaken. And while Chad's words may plant a seed, only time will tell if it grows or withers under the weight of legacy. Meanwhile, in the cutthroat world of Titan, another war is brewing, but it's not just a boardroom battle. It's Gabby Hernandez caught in the crossfire, and the pressure is closing in from both sides. On one end, there's Philip Kyriakis, slick, strategic, and used to pulling strings to get what he wants. On the other, Xander Cook, bold, brash, and always 2 steps from blowing the whole place up if he doesn't get his way. Together, they're circling Gabby, each trying to manipulate her, control her, or use her to gain an edge in Titan's ongoing power struggle. But what they seem to have forgotten: Gabby doesn't play well with puppeteers. She's built her career on outmaneuvering men just like this, men who underestimate her, only to realize too late that she was the one holding the cards all along. Tension is high, the deals are dirty, and if Philip and Xander keep trying to push her into a corner, they may find out just how far Gabby will go to reclaim control. This isn't just about strategy anymore. It's about respect, autonomy, power. And Gabby? She's more than ready to flip the script. Keep your eyes on her, because the move she's about to make could shift the entire Titan hierarchy, and leave both men stunned in her wake. In a rare moment of emotional honesty, Alex Kyriakis finally lets his guard down. No bravado, no witty one-liners, just raw, unfiltered truth. He sits down with Sarah Horton, heart in his throat, and tells her everything he's been holding back, his thoughts, his doubts, and most of all, his feelings. Feelings he's tried to ignore. Feelings he told himself were just temporary. Feelings that, now, won't go away. He doesn't come in with a grand romantic gesture or a perfect speech. He comes with vulnerability, something Alex rarely shows. I know you're married, I know things are complicated, but I'd regret it if I never told you what I feel when I'm around you. His voice isn't confident, it's careful, cautious. He knows this could throw a wrench into Sarah's already tangled love life. She's dealing with enough, but he also knows there's something between them, something real, or at least worth exploring. Sarah doesn't answer right away. Her silence is heavy. Her eyes say more than her words can. Because maybe, just maybe, she's felt it too. Is this the beginning of a surprising new love story? Or the first crack in the foundation of her already shaky marriage? One thing's for sure, nothing between Sarah and Alex will ever be the same again. Over at University Hospital, an emotional reunion unfolds, but this isn't a happy one. Kate Roberts Brady watches in stunned relief as her son Rex Brady walks through the doors, bruised, limping, but alive. He's just survived a hit-and-run accident, and while he insists it was nothing more than bad timing and a distracted driver, Kate's gut says otherwise. She's seen too much. She's heard too many threats. And lately, those threats have come from E.J. DiMera, a man with motive, a temper, and no hesitation when it comes to protecting his pride, or exacting revenge. Rex insists it was just an accident. I'm fine, Mom. Really, just shaken up. But Kate knows better. Her instincts are screaming. And her instincts? They're rarely wrong. She hugs her son tightly, but her mind is already racing. Who was behind the wheel? Was this a message? A warning? A failed hit? And if someone is targeting her children, Kate Brady will not sit back and hope it ends. This is a woman who's buried enemies before, and if someone's trying to come for her family again, she won't just defend them. She'll go on the offensive. Because when it comes to her kids, Kate doesn't play defense. She plays to win. Thursday's episode of Days of Our Lives doesn't explode with action, it simmers with emotional reckoning. It's a day where every whispered truth, every sidelong glance, and every unspoken fear starts rising to the surface. Sami walks straight into a betrayal she never saw coming, one that doesn't just reopen old wounds but rips them wide open. Her past choices are no longer just history. They're haunting her present. Johnny, once protected by the idea of who his parents used to be, now sees the complexity and pain behind every decision they made. His confrontation with Sami is more than a disagreement. It's a generational clash of trauma, legacy, and identity. Meanwhile, Gabby finds herself being pulled like a pawn between two power-hungry men, but she's no one's pawn. Alex bares his soul to Sarah, risking rejection to speak his truth. And Kate? She's starting to realize that her family may be in more danger than she thought, and no accident ever feels like just an accident in Salem. Every storyline this week peels back another layer. Every character is at a crossroads. And in classic Days fashion, today's emotional tremors are only a warning, because tomorrow? They might just become earthquakes. So what do you think? Is Sami headed for redemption, or revenge? Can Johnny separate the truth from the trauma? And is Kate's fear just maternal instinct, or a sign of something far more dangerous? Tell us in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a moment of the drama, twists, and tangled fates that make Days of Our Lives what it is. Because in Salem, no secret stays buried forever, and every truth comes with consequences.